Welcome back to the 2011 Railroad Hobby Show here in West Springfield, Massachusetts. We're here with Art Fahie from Bar Mills Models. And Art's going to take us through a brand new line of O-scale accessories and show us some HO as well. So Art, tell us what's new with Bar Mills.
Well, welcome to Massachusetts. In
Thank
this case,
you very
welcome
much.
to Bar Mills, because this is our little piece of paradise right here in Amherst. Basically, what we've been trying to do, because we realize there's a lot of minority scalers out there, they want to have something special and we want to help them, but to come out with one building, have them buy it, have them take it home and wait for the next building can be a very lengthy process. So what we've decided to do is turn it and flip it a little bit. Make products that are affordable, that it can be easily gotten through hobby shops, through distributors such as Horizon, and that can take any building, whether it's plastic, a wood kit by another manufacturer, or certainly a Bar Mills kit, and make that building that you already have maybe something special, add some detail, add a story to what you have. So what we've done over the last year is we have a new guy working for us that all he does is make metal masters, all kinds of things. You know, every building needs some kind of detail, whether it's a chimney or a sign, but in this case we're not talking about signs, we're talking about something a little more complex, and these are structural shapes. On these boards in front of us here we have 3 different sets of details. Now, the way we've worked at Bar Mills is simple. We've used the orange coating color to signify O-scale, where the yellow signifies HO scale detail accessories. Even our marketing, as far as countertop marketing, point of purchase marketing, has lent itself to the idea of keeping O-scale where it's highly visible to the consumer. And an O-scaler doesn't have to look to find something that maybe they can use. They'll be able to pinpoint that spot, get to it, make the purchase, go home, and hopefully have a little bit of fun.
Well, Art, tell us about some of the details that Bar Mills is making for the O-scale.
You know, there's so many that we have, and there's so many more that we're doing now. What you're looking at here took over a year to make. And many of them are made out of white metal. Now, I have to tell you, when it comes to white metal, there are different grades just like anything else. Really? And we're very particular. When it comes to lead, we have none. We don't have issues in California. We don't have issues anywhere with this. And this is an important aspect of what we do. So many of our details are white metal, and others are resin, depending upon the nature of what we're doing. In this case, we have, I don't know how many, this must be 15 or 20 different new detail packs that feature anything from a variety of workbenches to stacks of tires to keg clusters, 55-gallon drums, cable spools, oil tanks, all things that, regardless of the structure you're working on, you could probably find a place to put some of this somewhere at some time.
Now, Art, these details look fantastic, and I know they come unpainted. Now, for someone like myself, who I've done a lot of plastic kits, but I haven't done a lot with maybe casting and resin. You were mentioning you have something coming up here in the near future that'll help folks like myself out. This is
not magic. This is not Harry Potter doing this, okay? This is simply a can of gray primer and maybe a little airbrush work, or maybe using the weathering patterns that we offer here at Bar Mills and that other companies on occasion you'll find as well. And basically what we've done is we have redesigned the Bar Mills Scale Models website. Now, as of this taping with you and I, Shane, this has not been published yet, but the new website on the home page, so you can't miss it, will feature not 1 or 2, but 15, maybe 20 different short, high-quality videos. And each video may be 2 minutes, maybe 6 minutes, but will be short enough that you can sit down, enjoy it without actually nodding off in your easy chair while you're watching this. And we're going to discuss painting. We're going to discuss weathering. We're going to discuss all kinds of aspects of building a scene. And all of this is going to be absolutely 100% free. So whether you're building a Bar Mills kit or a kit by another manufacturer, it doesn't make any difference. The thing of it is to get into the hobby, to get out of your bench, out of your chair, onto your bench, get away from your television and put down the HD set and the TV guide and your 2 remote controls and build something. And that's what we're doing here at Bar Mills.
Well, Art, these are really beautiful, and I can't wait for folks to see these up close here on the video. And I'm really looking forward to the new website too, because this is like the next level for me, and I bet there's a lot of folks out there like myself.
It is
really
so easy.
That.
Oh, but it's so easy. I mean, if this is the next level for you, do me a favor. After we do this, let's drag you over to one of our demonstration tables and show you how to do it. That's the name of the game in model railroading. It's always been creativity, you know.
Hi, Mike.
Hi.
I'm Shane with HorizonHobbyTrains.com.
Nice to meet you,
How you
Shane.
doing?
How are you? Thank you for coming over.
Doing great. Well, we were visiting with Art just a few minutes ago, and he was explaining that you were doing some painting techniques and thought we should come over and check it out. So I was hoping you could show us what you're doing.
Okay, it's very simple. I'm using a new product. It's corrugated siding, but it's made from paper rather than metal. And I'm building this random wall as I'm playing with the material. Being paper, it has all the advantages of being highly paintable. What I was doing when you came, I took a very dry splayed brush and I'm building up rust like this just by stippling it on. When I want to clean the brush out, I can take this and put a very thin wash on it to run it into the edge. And one of the neat effects with this is this distress siding. Used to be you'd have to do this by taking hydrochloric acid or these awful chemicals and etch a metal solution.
Really?
This you could just take, and I find when you paint it and it's dry, this is wet, you can just kind of start distressing it by ripping pieces off. One thing, since I've been doing this, you could take a knife, this is just a, as I call a matte knife, and you could just start to distress the edges. Other paints you could use on it, just take this, usually by using several rust colors, we can add a depth of rust. You can use dry paint, wet paint, go over another piece. And I have a lot of little samples here. So you can see these different samples. And on here, almost no matter what you do, I think it looks pretty good.
Wow.
I could take another paint. Another one I like are these watercolors. These are the tube colors, but the old paint boxes work just fine. And the nice thing about watercolor, as opposed to acrylic, is it's transparent. You can never completely paint anything over, and you can put a texture on top. What I've done, I have one here that's, some of these are dry, and you can keep adding coats. Later on, when it dries more, you can, I'm finding you can take paint off the high spots with a damp finger.
Really?
Yeah, and it's a very nice material. Now, the best thing is, instead of trying to use exotic glues and things like that, you can take plain old paper glue. In this case, I just have the yellow hobby glue many people like, and you just glue it on. Now, the beautiful thing about paper is that if you take a piece, and I'll take one of these samples, and every time I ever cut the metal, I'd get a bend in it, and it would never ever straighten out.
Yep.
This stuff I pretty much folded that up, and you can bring it back pretty much to where you were, so you can't destroy the pieces. Now, I probably shouldn't rip it, but I'll cut it with the scissors. What I've been doing with these is I'm building a random wall, and I'm beginning to like this. I'm almost thinking I should save this and put some graffiti on it and put it on the side of a building. This is turning out nicer. Another idea I had is to paint the green like the fiberglass siding.
Oh, sure.
And then I could put a gloss over this and make the old fiberglass siding, but it seems it doesn't matter what you do with it. This is just watercolor wash. This is the back side. This has paint put on it. Here's one that just has India ink and alcohol. Here's some that are just painted in various forms. And I think what I'm finding is a nice way to do this is you paint a bunch of different pieces different ways, and you just take them from different sections, and maybe I'll start a third course on this wall. You know, and I'll take one off this, and just by mixing and matching them in a random order, I end up with a very interesting wall. I'll take my prize piece. This is the one I did earlier this morning, and it was watercolor and I didn't like it, but now I like it. But I think I'm starting to get something very interesting here. Certainly a new idea and a nice new material. It should be sold, it should be for sale soon by Northeastern Products.
Wow.
Developed in conjunction with Bar Mills.